A note on the heart of the matter with rain threatening. The heart of the matter, and this note is on the adaptation for the BBC of the magnificent novel, the novel The Heart of the Matter by Greene, which is included on the modern library list of best 100 books of the last century. In fact, after 1921, I think, and in the English language. One of my favorite works. I've read it again some months ago, and I consider this opportunity to listen to plays as a wonderful occasion to meet again with one or a few characters that I liked. Tiki, um, Major Scobie, Major Henry Scobie is the hero, and I sympathize with him very much. I admire him for all his failings. In fact, he is a human being, dedicated to his wife, so much so that he makes takes a loan and gets into a complicated situation in order to get her out of this Sierra Leone assignment where he is in. He is the second in command, the British police there. Obviously, this is the time when Sierra Leone was a British colony, and it's the war. They're smugglers. There's rivalry. Syrians control trade, and they have two factions. On one side, we have the Muslim um, Syrians, and it's Yusuf that is termina maneuvering on that side. He's trying to get Major Scobie to work with him. Indeed, the police members of the police are on the payroll, and they are corrupt and they get bribes. Not Scobie though. Even if in order to get Louise, his wife, off to South Africa, he finally has no other option but to take a loan from Yusuf. And with that, Yusuf would speculate it, of course. Well, maybe not, of course, but not all are as moral and ethical as Scobie is, Major Scobie. Tiki. He doesn't like to be called Tiki except by his wife, Louise. She wants him to become the next commissioner, but they don't select him. They would send somebody. That's the idea in the first place. Somebody who's younger, less experienced, but not him. And Louise cannot take this humiliation. She thinks he should either resign or just leave this place, but he doesn't. There are rumors in this place. Termina. There are all sorts of happening in this illegal trade with diamonds. That's one thing they try and smuggle. At one point, Major Scobie is on a terminal on this ship. He finds a letter because he was tipped that would be there. But he's good enough to termina to let it go and not not cause harm to the man who claimed he was writing this letter for his daughter. To complicate matters, there's Wilson who comes into town. He's a secret agent. Henry doesn't know about this, but then people get to learn about it. Wilson is getting close to his wife Louise. He falls in love with her, or he thinks he does, and hates Henry, Major Scobie, in the process. Tries to get something on him, and spies on him, trying to find the relationship between him and Yusuf. There is an investigation. There's a colonel from MI5 sent in, and all this makes for a wonderful, interesting, complicated plot. The main thing being love, one of the main themes being love, and then religion. Helen comes from a shipwreck, a 19-year-old woman, and Henry falls in love with her. And from here on, we have a conflict between passion and duty. He knows what his heart is telling him to do, but then he has a duty towards his wife. He's also religious, he's a Catholic. He knows he cannot divorce, it's impossible for a Catholic man. He knows about sin, and I've written down some interesting quotes. Um, I can't give you happiness. Happiness is not the point. Then he goes to confession because he has to do that for confession. For communion, poi termina. He has doubts. He tells the priest that he has doubts. And he's torn inside. And happiness has nothing to do. No, I don't think he says nothing to do with love, but happiness cannot be mixed with love, or something like that. And this inner conflict is heartbreaking. It's a wonderful, wonderful story.